morning, everybody. Good morning, everybody over there on TikTok. Good morning, traders. Hello, Mighty. Good morning to you. Hope all is well, my friend. Good morning to you. Joshua Zink. Good morning, my friend. How are you? Hope all is well, my friend. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Joshua, make sure we're tapping over there on the tubes. Make sure we're tapping over here on the tick of the tocks. Let your voice be heard. We got the screaming mouth on the board. Andrew with the heartbeat and the popular SM. Good morning to you, my SM. Mr. Dave with the big shout out. The first big shout out of the day, Mr. Dave and the heartbeat. Thank you, Mr. Dave. Much love, brother. Good morning, Andrew the Believer. Hope you are doing well. Who is studying this weekend, or at least some of the weekend, so you are ready for Tuesday, because I think a lot of people have to make up from this past Friday. Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. Mr. Dave with the popular, and Mr. Dave has reached member level 31. Yes. We are going to go over the big boys, all your stocks, crypto, whatever you want to go over today to get you ready for Tuesday. And there's some things on these charts that are, you have to watch out for, even though you are in narrow states, okay? Hello, Jamie. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Everybody tap, 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 tap that screen. We're not even at 1,000 likes yet. YouTube, let's beat TikTok. Let's beat TikTok. Let's beat TikTok with views, and let's beat TikTok with taps. Let's see what kind of fight they got in them. Mighty with the rose. Thank you, my Mighty. There's the tappers. There's the tappers. Let's go, let's go. Good morning, SSS. If you're here for the first time, hit that follow button. We are on every day, Monday through Sunday. Let's go, let's go. This is the place to be. We will wake you up in here if you need to be woken up. This is the energy in here. We're not sitting here like, oh, yeah, we're going to go over here now, and we're going to do over here now, and yeah. No! Rise up! Get out of the beds! Stop looking at your phone in those beds! Get up! Move around! Let's go! Mighty with the roses! Yes! If you are here for the first time, put me in the chat. If you are here for the first time, put me in the chat, everybody. Walnuts, is the market closed? Nope. It's open 24/7, everybody. The market is open 24/7. Mr. Dave over there with the $1.99 super chat. Yes. Thank you, Mr. Dave. Thank you, Simba and Lilo with the shares. We have one share. Share the live out. Let's go. Share the live out. Come on, SSS. Alex, share the live out. Thank you, Muhammad, for the virtual hug. Right back at you, my brother. Share that live out. Let's go. Tap, tap, tap. Hello, adorable dad. Yes. Remember, we got the shout out as the gold gift this morning. The shout out. You see the one with the big mouth? Woo! 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 You hate EMAs? Good. We don't use them. Yes! Facial Blaster! Thank you, Facial. Thank you, Facial. Ba-na-na-na. ABX Trading must be in here because he sucks, but he has the trading name, and he has to watch us because he's a terrible trader. Remember, folks, 92% of people are going to lose in the market, and ABX Trader is one of those 92%, unfortunately. Let's go, let's go. Just stocks, Alex. Just stocks. Poor people trade options and futures. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Adorable Dad, thank you. Facial Blaster, yes. Tap, tap, tap. We're at 7,000 likes. Thank you, Mighty. Good to see you over there. Is NVIDIA safe to buy into? Not very knowledgeable with the market. Jay, what I suggest you do is learn from us first. So we will teach you on when to enter and when to exit instead of just gambling and, hoping for the best. That's what most people do, and that's why most people lose. No, but I have a lot of golf next week. We have a lot of golf coming up. I love golfing in the September. September, October, November, a lot of golf coming up. As a poor person, I should be doing futures or what? Alex, right now you should be learning how to trade, okay? Once our VIP opens up again, right now we're closed because we have too many traders in there learning. Once we open it up again and get in there, we're going to get you in a simulator and we're going to teach you how to trade price action. The instrument that you trade is irrelevant. If you can't trade price action, you can't trade anything. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Hardeep, thank you for the follow, Hardeep. All right, folks, let's get started. Good morning. I hope you all are doing well. My name is Voss. I've been trading for 21 years. It'll be coming up on 22 already. Yikes. Hope you guys are doing well. All that we ask that you do is donate when you can on YouTube and over here on TikTok. Tap the screen and share it live. That's all we ask that you do, okay? Let's get to it. So Miss Market we have up right now. You'll see the ticker that we're looking at and the time frame right here, okay? So as we go up the time frames, you'll see that it'll change to the 5-minute, the 15-minute, the 1 hour, okay? Just look behind the chart and you'll see what we're on at the current moment. So we know coming into Tuesday, we are in this narrow state. That is the state that we want as traders. We want that narrow state. We don't want the neutral state. We don't want the wide state. Well, unless you know how to trade reversals properly. We ultimately want the narrow state for all traders because you can be in a narrow state, be the worst trader in the world, still get lucky and have a winning trade out of that narrow state. Most traders get jammed up in their neutral state. So a wide state's going to look like this, okay? And a neutral state's going to look like this. This is where a lot of traders lose because they have no clue what state their stock is in at the time. The more wide and neutral your stock, the more choppy your stock is going to be. And that's why you're losing. So for a lot of you that are in trades, if you notice that you get in for a long, majority of people take longs because majority don't even know what shorting is. You get into a long to the upside, and then all of a sudden it starts whipping around on you. That's because you don't know the state of your stock. You're usually in a neutral or wide state, and you're trying to go with that state, and that's where you're going to get chopped up, okay? So when you're in wide states like this, you are going to look this way. You are not going to look this way anymore. The wider you get, the chances and the probability that you're going any other direction is very, very high. About 7 to 8 out of 10 times, okay? So we are in this narrow state on Miss Market coming into Tuesday. Now, if you look at this chart and you know how to read price action, Most people don't. What is the problem in this narrow state? What's the first thing that sticks out on SPY? And what is the one thing that sticks out on Miss Market that tells us Tuesday we're going to be choppy? Not only coming out of a holiday weekend, first day after a holiday weekend, but looking at this chart, why are we going to be choppy? Put it in the chat. Good morning, Meg Cherry. Toad with the heart me. Adorable Dad with the big shout out. Thank you, Adorable. Appreciate you. Thank you so much. SSS, Adorable Dad. Very good. The 200. Look at the 200. Right now, it's the Powder Hound Ski Slow. Powder Hound is one of our coaches in the VIP. This is the 200. Before we get any good price action out of Miss Market and SPY, this 200 has to start flattening out a little bit, okay? Or you're just going to chop around. Doesn't matter which way you go. So we have to wait on Tuesday for this 200 to start flattening out, and then out of the narrow state, probably about 30 minutes into the trading day is when you're going to get your good moves to the upsides, okay? So keep that in mind. Now, another thing you have to consider coming into Tuesday, this is going to be our whip zone, okay? Our whip zone's in place right here. Anytime we're inside this whip zone, we are not trading anything between 9:30 a.m. Eastern Time and 9:45 Eastern Time, because all that's going to happen if you try to trade in this whip zone between this time, you're just going to chop around all over the place. You're going to lose your trades, okay? So let's take this off the board. We have our whip zone in place. Now, knowing in this narrow state, if we gap up to position 3 to the upside on this market, we know without a shadow of a doubt, we are not going to take this any higher at the open for the first 10 minutes of the day. A novice trader is going to try to go long here. This is where most trades go to die, at a position 3 to the upside or position 3 to the downside. And here's why. Most new traders that aren't very good, traders that aren't educated, what happens is they get the gap up and they think they're going higher. They're not going higher. Look at the video we just posted yesterday, okay? You were going to get that pullback first. Why are we going to get that pullback first when we gap up to the upside? What creates this pullback back to the downside? Does anybody know what brings us back? Put it in the chat. Good morning, Joshua. JB, how are you, JB? Robert, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. Yazin, hello, over there on the tubes. What creates this up here to come back at the open? Remember, most novices are going long because they think a gap up means go long. They don't have a clue, okay? But we know we're not going long. We know we're getting the pullback. Why are we getting that pullback? Because everyone who made money on this gap is going to sell at the open, okay? That is number one. The people who made profit, the profit people, are going to sell if they have half a brain. That's check number one. Number two, your shorters, yoo-hoo, are going to come in and hammer that pig to the downside, okay? Because we want to make money on that movement. So your shorters come into play right here. And what's number three? What is number three of why this moves back to the downside at the open? Does anybody know? Good job, Robert. Proud of you over there. What else? Because all of your buyers, okay, the novices who didn't get in for profit, they took this long. This starts coming down. They go, uh-oh, I'm in trouble. They start selling. They take their loss, and whammo, we get that violence to the downside. That is why at the open, okay, when you try to play it long, you get wrecked because you have the profit takers selling, you have the shorters coming in, and you have the novices trying to go long who say, oh, shit, and they get out real quick, and that's what gives you your move to the downside, okay, everybody? So you have to keep that in mind. Trading is people versus people. That's all trading is. It's people and people, people and people, people and people. Psychology, back and forth, back and forth. Why do you think on SPY on Friday, this had this beautiful move? Because you're coming off the granddaddy of them all. See that 200? We know we never trade into the 200, okay? We go with the 200. We come off the 200. That is power. The 200 is the granddaddy of them all. Mark that down. The 200 is the granddaddy. It runs the show, okay? The 20 is what? It's the heartbeat of the market. All roads lead back to the 20. The 20 will always respect granddaddy. That is the overall ruler of the market, okay? The heartbeat of the market is the 20. So mark that down. All roads lead back to the 20. As we pull this back up here, let's zoom back out here. Whoop. All roads lead back to that 20. It will never get too far away from that 20. This is the heartbeat of the market. That is why it is in red, everybody. Mark that down. The 20 is the heartbeat of the market. It will never get too far away from it in either direction that you are going in. We're bleeding out. They say we're bleeding out, the novices. No, you're not. You're just coming back to the 20. Okay? We're going to the moon. No, you're not. You're coming back to the 20. Okay? Just keep that. Just knowing that in itself will help your trading tremendously. Okay? Look, we're going out of position 2 now. Okay? This is position 2. You get to where? Position 3. We're going to the moon. No, you're not. You're coming back to the 20. That is that position 3 we just talked about at the open here, okay? Violence back to the downside. Collecting profits. Shorters come in. The oh shit traders. Boom, to the downside, okay? Over and over and over again. Uh-oh, position 3. We're going to the moon. No, you're not. We just talked about this. Violence to the downside, everybody. Keep tapping that screen. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Tap, 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 tap. You just learned more here in 17 minutes than you have in your whole trading career. How many of you right now are paying $2,000 a month or $200 a month for some trading course, watching somebody on Webull trade? How many of you just learned more in the last 17 minutes here than you have in the last 3 months paying $200 a month? Put me in the chat. Let's go, let's go. Amigo, buenos dias. Davion with the popular and the heartbeat. Yes, JL Haba, Med Cherry, Pylang. Hello. Thank you so much for all those donations, everybody. Good morning, JJ Challenger. How are you? Let's go, let's go, let's go. Let's go. $60 a month you paid? Yikes. Well, shame on you. $60 a month. Jesus. Yes, we're only $49.99 a month, everybody. But we are closed right now because we have too many traders in the VIP. Voss will teach you how to get your bacon. No, I won't teach you how to get your bacon. I'm going to teach you how to trade properly. I'm going to teach you high probability setups. I'm going to turn you into a setup trader. Stop trying to configure these fucking bots, okay? They don't work, okay? If they worked, we'd all be rich, right? The RSI is going to set me free. How's that working out for you? MACD is going to set me free. How is that working out for you? The Fibonacci retracement level on my chart is going to set me free. How is that working out for you? Stocks to buy. Hello, Florizel Griffiths. How you doing over there? Good to see you. Bump, 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 bump. How many of you in here had a green August? Put me in the chat. If you had a green August, put me in the chat. Hello, Amzo. Good to see you, Amzo. I can't give you a link right now because the VIP is closed. Too many people in there. We're waiting for more of the quitters, the 80% to leave, and then we'll open it up again. They will. They'll leave because 80% will quit because they're too lazy. They're too lazy. Samuel Westall says charts are pointless. Samuel, how long have you been losing in the market? How long have you been losing in the market, Samuel? He says research the business, not the stock price. Guys, go research the business of your stocks. Go ahead, go over there. Let me know how that makes out. Fundamentalers. Come on. Go over and research AMD and let me know how you're going to make out tomorrow in the markets. They're everywhere, folks. You can't fix stupidity. JL Haba with the popular and the club cheers. Everyone today, I want you to research AMD and Tesla. Go research them. I want you to know more about those companies than the CEOs themselves, and then you will be a better trader. All right, folks, so that was the SPY, okay? We know coming in what? We are in a narrow state. We also know when we get wide, we are always going to come back to narrow again, okay? We are always going to come back to narrow. There it is. It's bleeding out. I researched SPY. I researched Tesla all night. And look, it came back together again. Woo! Yes, because I know all about AMD and the chips they're going to make. Yes! Hello, Win Time. How are you? Oh, we got another one in here. Remember, folks, anyone who tells you about fundamentals, they're horrible traders. Horrible traders. See, most traders who can't make it day trading, first thing they do is this. We got to go over this, okay? You're failed day traders, right? I'm a long-term trader now because you're too much of a pussy. That's why. Oh, did I say that? Oops. I didn't mean to say that. Yes, I did. Sorry. I'm a long-term trader now. Why are you alarmed? I couldn't handle the price action, Voss. It was just too much for me. I didn't know what I was doing. So I just figure I'll get in and leave it. And every night I'll wake up and hope it went up. Oh, my God, Voss. All right, let's go over to Apple. He's on a roll today. Voss is on a roll. All right, AMD, what do we know? Apple. What do we know about Apple coming into Tuesday? We are in that narrow state, yes, on Apple. Here is your whip zone on Apple. Your 200 is flat, okay? So we will have Apple on watch. Now, let me ask you all a question here, okay? We are in this narrow state. If we gap down here, are we going short, yes or no? Are you going? Thank you, Body Trades over there. Joshua, yes. KMR, I love you, YouTubers. Are we going short down here, anybody? No, why not? Why aren't we going short? We're bleeding out. It gapped down, guys. My fundamentals told me the news told me we're bleeding out. Why aren't we going short? This is why fundamental people, right here, okay? Right there. All right? It's going to go back to the line because everyone who made money on the shorts are going to cover. They are going to push the price up. Your buyers are going to come in and push it up higher out of that position, okay? Why do you think when there's good news, the stock goes down a lot of times? When there's bad news, the stock goes up a lot of times. Whoa, fundamentalers, where are you at? How are you proving that theory? Thank you for the follows, everybody. Much love to you. Rome, JL Haba, thank you for those donations over there. Thank you. The shout-out donation is on the board. The shout-out. Woodropolis, thank you for the follow. I appreciate you. Candy with 2 shout-outs. Thank you, my Candy. Yes. Thank you, Candy. I appreciate you. Rebel, we teach you all of that in the VIP. Okay? We will teach you. And the GOAT from Candy. Thank you. You're the GOAT, Candy. You're the GOAT. You are the GOAT. Remember that guy that was on TikTok Live on Friday? Remember he said Voss, we're definitely closing green, Voss. We're definitely closing green. I said to him, you don't know the state of your stock, do you, buddy boy? And he didn't know the state of his stock, everybody. No. We are neutral. No, 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 no. Yes, 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 yes. Remember I did this? Go look at the YouTube recording. What else? Yes, VIP is full right now. I'm sorry, everybody. Esther Lopez with the big shout out. Yes, my Esther. UNH. If you're here for the first time, hit that follow button. We would love to have you on these lives with us. UNH, what do we know coming into Tuesday? Are we going long on UNH? No, 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 no. You are in a neutral state, starting to get a little wide here. You are not looking up. You will be coming back. Two things are going to happen Tuesday morning. You're either going to gap down or you are going to gap up here. Now, here is the thing you have to consider. And then, of course, the whip zone. When we gap up here, that is a huge signal in the state of this stock. You are getting violence to the downside. Do not chase this long. When you get a state like this right here, look, neutral state, and you get a gap up right here, this is what we call the novice gap. Does anyone know what the novice gap is? Who knows what the novice gap is in the market? Anybody? Thank you, Mr. Dave. Hello, Tebow Abel. Nobody knows what the novice gap is, huh? Party time to the downside. So the novice gap is when you are in a neutral or wide state to the upside and you gap up into position 3. The novice gap is also when you are in a neutral or wide state to the downside and you gap down into position 3. Why is it called the novice gap? Because novices try to go long here. They don't have a clue what state their stock is in. All they think is that they gapped up and it's going to go higher, when in fact, 80% or higher is coming down. You see what you don't know as a trader? Embrace that, traders. Embrace that, okay? Stop thinking you know what you're doing. You don't know what you're doing. Who here had a green month the last 5 months? Who has been green the last 5 months in the market without lying? And first, keep the promises you made to yourself. Don't lie to yourself. Who here has been green the last 5 months? July was your last green month. Rebel, I'm glad that you admit that. Okay? Now we have a lot of liars in here. They're just lying. Okay? They weren't green the last 5 months. I would put well, not me over there. YouTube is more honest than the TikTokers, that's for sure. They weren't green. Okay, and that's the first step to becoming a better trader. You have to be honest with yourself. Remember yesterday we talked about this? I said to everyone, put in the chat, you suck at this. You suck at trading. Until you can admit that, until you can let go of the ego, you're always going to suck at this. It is virtually impossible, okay? And that's the one thing I love about trading, because it wrecked my soul too. If you have a big ego, you don't stand a chance. Miss Market is the destroyer of egos. All the time I'm washing my account. Afghan, we got to help you out, my brother. Make sure you subscribe and give us a follow on the tubes, okay? If you have a big ego, you don't stand a chance in the market. I'm going to let you know that now. Thank you for the follow. Yep, got to humble yourself to be teachable. And that was my biggest problem. We'll go over meta now. I had a huge ego because I said to myself, I've looked at people that were in my class and where I was teaching how to learn, and there were some dumb people in there, and they were doing great. And I'm like, how is this person, can't even put a sentence together, such a good trader? He didn't have the ego. I had the ego. And it got to the point, I paid $10,000 for my trading education, which I was able to earn back, which I did, okay? And I said to myself, I wasn't following what they were teaching me. And one of my mentors said, Voss, listen to me. You paid all this money to learn. Why aren't you following what we're teaching you? Give up the ego. And finally, it got to the point where if I didn't, I was going to lose my relationship and everything else. So I said, okay. And that's where things started to change, because I started following what I was being taught. And I said, that worked. That trade just worked. And I said, man, I still had it in the back of my mind. I got lucky. And then I started building consistent wins. And I started having green months. And then my risk was starting to get lower and lower and lower. And I was like, holy shit, this does work. And then I really poured into my education and studied charts like a maniac. And I'm like, this is how the market works. What is the one thing you think I learned that changed everything for my trading? What is the one thing do you think I learned that completely changed the way I trade? Does anybody know what that is? Does anyone know? Anybody? Discipline? No. Nope. Nothing to do with discipline. Risk management? Nope. That's just the foundation of trading. If you don't have risk management, you won't stand the chance at all. So I was starting to win. So I had the risk management. It was about the winning and when to enter. What do you think it was? Nope. It was market cycle. Once I learned that the market has a cycle, it runs the same every single day, I was blown away. This was my face, right? When I learned about market cycle, I was like, market cycle? What the fuck is that? It doesn't market cycle, right? Because when we're new traders, we think stocks just keep going up. That's what I thought that. I thought this thing just kept going up. And then it would pull back, and I'd be like, what? Market cycle. It runs in the same cycle all the time. And then once I learned how to trade the market cycle, I was like, oh my God, this is stupid. This is virtually stupid. Because when I first started having my winners when I was learning, they were small winners, okay? They were like half of 1 to 1. But I was consistently winning. I was in a trade for 2 to 3 minutes now instead of in, out. You know that story, that doesn't work. Scalpers. Then once I learned market cycle, it trained me to stay in a trade. That was the biggest part of market cycle. I was able to stay in a trade and look away as I was in the trade. Like I was able to look away because I know I entered on the right part of the cycle. I know it was going in my direction. Now I just had to wait for it to hit my profit, my risk to reward, 1 to 1 or 2 to 1. That was the difference. Market cycle will teach you how to stay in your trades. You know what I'm talking about, traders? A lot of you right now, you don't know anything about market cycles, so you get into a trade, you get a little green, you look over at your profit and loss, and you're like, I'm out. I just made 4 cents per share. I'm out. Can't do anymore. I got to get out of this trade. I'm green. I made a little bit, 4 cents per share. I am out of this trade. That's not trading, folks. That's gambling because you don't know what you're doing. All you were doing is hoping for the best. Right? You poopy your pants if you stay in a trade longer than 10 seconds. How many of you honestly can say in here, you take trades that are 5 minutes or longer? You get into a trade and you were in it for 5 minutes or longer. Put me in the chat. Put me in the chat if you get into a trade and you stay in it for 5 minutes or longer. Hello, SQ. Good to see you. Hello, No Luck. Oh, you already got him, Mr. Dave? Very good over there, Mr. Dave. Very good. Sometimes, all the time. Yeah, we got a lot of liars in here. Neck, I heart you. Levi Johnson with the heart bay. Esther Lopez with the big shout out. Thank you. Most of you don't stay in a trade for more than 5 minutes. There's no way. You know that, and I know that. And you know why traders can't stay in a trade for longer than maybe 30 seconds? What is the number one reason why most traders, they're in, they're out. They're in, they're out. They're in, they're out. 30 seconds or under. Who knows why? Cool spirit, fear, yes, very good. But why fear? Why? Risking too much? No. Why fear? Because you're scared. Why are you scared? Why are you scared? You got it, Kevin Curtis, because you're so used to losing all the time. That's what creates fear, everybody. You are so used to losing in the market over and over, you're a nervous wreck to enter a trade. Nervous wreck. So when you get a little taste of green, you bail because you know in the end it's going to be a loser for you if you don't get out. That's why you do that. And instead of learning how to trade the right way, you now give it a name of what you're doing. You call yourself a scalper. You can call yourself a scalper until the cows cows come home. At the end of the month, you are still going to be red. If this relates to you, put me in the chat. If you can relate to what I just said, put me in the chat. You got it, Jay Moy. You got it. Cool Spirit says guilty. That's good. At least you admit it. Neck. Very good. Very good. Piling. Yep. And that's why you're a red, folks. You just don't know how to trade. I'm going to list right now a bunch of things you must learn in order to be a consistent, profitable monthly trader. You're not looking at weeks, you're looking at months. Every month, you're going to go back and look at what you did for that month and see what you did wrong. Number one, I'm going to ask you guys what they are. Name me some fundamentals, there's that word again, of trading that you must know to be a consistent, profitable trader. Let's go. Start listing them, everybody. Thank you, Sabella, for the rose and the shout out. Risk management, you got it. Risk management, yes, that is number one. Doesn't matter what order, but that is number one. Well, give me another one, everybody. Risk to reward, no. Price action, no. You are talking as if you're in my brain. Afghan, that's because I've been through it. I've been doing this 21 years. Johannes, how are you? State, yes, the state of your stock. Risk management, the state of your stock. What else, everybody? Market structure, no, that's just a term people learn on YouTube. It's nonsense. Position, yes, position in the market. What position are you in before you take that trade? What else? Market cycle to the moon, yes, what else? Retracements, yes. We're on a roll here, everybody. I guess my VIPers know what the hell they're doing, huh? What else? Heart structure? No. Patience? No. Yes, support and resistance right here. Risk management, the state of your stock, position, market cycle, retracements, support and resistance, and we're missing one. Who knows what it is? We're missing one. It's a very key one. Red Ed, money, no. People who trade to make money lose. Trend, no. Trend is irrelevant. Most people who trade the trend lose. Higher time frames, no. You need an event to enter the trade, my friends. Events, you must know your events. Risk management, state, position, market cycle, retracement, support and resistance, and events. This is the foundation. If you can master this right here, you will be a consistent, profitable trader. How many of you know any of that? Other than risk management, how many of you know any of that, what we have up there? Put me in the chat. Put me in the chat. No clue. No clue. Supply and demand, that's support and resistance. Anybody? Anybody? Let's go, let's go, let's go. Tap, 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 my beauties. Good job, all my VIPers. Love you guys. LES, yes. Kemi with the rose. NMB with the rose. Mr. Dave. Mr. Dave. He completes the goal. Yes. Thank you, Mr. Dave. You can't read my writing. Well, it's not that hard to read. State, position, market cycle. But I get where you're coming from. It's hard to write with a mouse. All right, we're going to hammer those roses. The roses are up. So number one is risk management. Number two is state, not the state that you live in. Position, market cycle, retracements, support and resistance, and events. You must learn all of those, okay? Now, let me ask you all a question. Would it be smart to go short there, or there, or there, or there? Why don't you go short there? Does anybody know? Because majority of people, and a majority of people in here, are going to try to take a short there. I would bet my life on it. Connor's over there having a conversation with himself to try to make himself sound smarter. Why? Why are we going short there? Folks, what did we just go over? What did we just put on the board? What did we just put on the board, everybody? What state are we in? What state are we in? What state are we in? What state are we in, everybody? Right here, look. 1, 2, 3. What state are we in? Number 1, number 2, and number 3. Anybody know? Number 1, you are in a wide state. Number 2, you are in a wide state. Number 3, you are in a neutral state. Okay? You must know the state of your stock at all times. Okay? Mr. Connor over here is saying you never short lows, but what the dingbat doesn't realize, he doesn't know where the low is. Nobody will know where the low is unless you know what the state of your stock is and what's number 2. What's number 2? Anybody know? How far from the 20 are we? All roads lead back to the 20. All roads. Okay? Silly gooses. No wonder why trading has a 92% failure rate. Holy moly. I still think it's higher than that. I mean, we get some doozies in that VIP, boy. And never mind the VIP. We get some beauties on these lives. Woo! Cool spirit, I am lost. Guys, this isn't that hard to understand. It isn't that hard. All we're doing is trading green bars and red bars. We're trading the state of the stock, and we're trading the market cycle of the stock. This isn't rocket science, folks. Okay? Is it hard trading? Yes. We make it hard. What are 2 top reasons why people lose in the market, other than not having education on how to trade? What are 2 main reasons? And this is why on New Year's resolutions fail. This is why we have a major obesity problem in this country. Does anyone know why? There's no discipline, and there's no patience. People go to the gym, and they think they go on the treadmill for 3 days, and they're going to look like Jack LaLanne. Yeah! Jack LaLanne, baby. They go to the gym, they go home, eat that Whopper, they look in the mirror, and they say, what the hell? Why ain't I looking beautiful? Okay? It's the same thing with trading. You think you are going to open up a broker account, okay? And if you look at most retail traders, they're going over to Webull or they're going over to TOS. Why do most novice traders pick these as their brokers? Does anybody know why? Right now, I would bet over 60% of you are trading in one of those 2 platforms. Am I correct? Why do we go over to Webull? Why do we go over to Think or Swim? Anybody know why? Because they have free. They think they're trading for free. Do you believe that? It's the biggest scam going right now in the trading sector. No commissions. You think Webull just doesn't make money? You think Thinkorswim, Charles Schwab just isn't making money? How do they make their money? How does Webull and TOS make their money? Off of you, that is. Slippage. You got that right. Because with Webull, here is you. Let me draw this out for you. All right? You got to have an eye-opening experience here, everybody. Here's you, the novice. Okay? You're trading. You enter a trade. Got it? It goes to Webull. Webull takes that trade and gives it to the middleman. The middleman then routes it to the market. You sell it from the market back to the middleman, back to Webull, back to you. That's what creates slippage. When you think you're entering at $1 and then it fills you at $1.20, that slippage is where Webull makes their money off of you. How many of you in here that use Webull or Thinkorswim can honestly say you get good fills during volatility? Yes or no? Put it in the chat. Anybody? Bueller? Anybody out there? Anybody? No, 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 never. That's why. That is why you are not getting filled. The middleman and Webull are a team. They are a team to make money. And the way they're going to make money is through your slippage, everybody. Through your slippage. You are paying more through this slippage than if you used a DAR broker. Does anyone know what the hell that means? What is a DAR broker? Uh-oh, everyone right now is like, oh my God, I didn't know any of this. Guys, this is basics of trading. This is the foundation. If you don't know what this is, how are you going to trade? What is DAR? Fidelity's just the same. Direct access routing broker. Lightspeed, Cobra, Interactive Brokers. Those are direct access routing brokers. They eliminate the middleman. But in order to eliminate the middleman, what do they make you do to eliminate this person? What must you do? Anybody know? We got to eliminate this middleman. So in order to eliminate that middleman, and when we take a trade, it goes from us right to the market with no middleman. What do we have to do? We got to pay commissions. We got to pay commissions. And why does a novice trader not like to pay commissions? We're at 80,000 likes. Let's go. Tap us to 150. Let's go, my beauties. Why don't novice traders like to use DAR brokers? One, they don't even know what it is, that they exist. And number two, they have free on the brain. Remember, most retail traders are broke, okay? So they come into the market with a free mindset. Everything has to be free. I'm not paying for education. I'm not going to charge and get charged by this person. I'll teach myself. Free, 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 free. And then if you look at all these people who have the free mindset, they blow up account, blow up another account, boom, another account gone, boom, another account gone, boom, another account gone. Now, hold on. We're on a roll here. What's the first thing do amateur traders go to first when they trade? What's the first instrument they go to first when they trade? What instrument are they trading, everybody? Put it in the chat. Options. I'm going to put a little into my account and I'm going to get rich quick, baby. We're opening up a options account. Yes. And what happens after about a week? What happens after about a week, my beautiful traders? They lose. They lose. They lose. Then what's the next thing they do? They blow up their options account. Where do they go next in the market, everybody? Nothing worth having is free. That is so true. After they lose in options, where do they go? They go to the penny stocks. Yes. We are going to go penny stock shopping. Okay? And then with the penny stock, they're going to start with their scanners, trade ideas, scanners. Then they go scanner shopping. Relative volume. I need a low float, baby. Yeah. What's running today? We're going to chase it to the upside without knowing the state of my stock. Then they blow up that account. What's number three? Where do they go next? They tried the pennies. They tried the options. You're right, because that is me 100%. Jared, it was me too. I get it, my brother. I get it. I've been through it. That's why I'm saying this. I'm not saying this to put anybody down. I did this. Everything I show you on here, I've done already. I have done it. Options, penny stocks, number three. I didn't do number three, though. I didn't do number three. What's number three? I did this, though, over and over again on penny stocks. Over and over and over. They want to trade futures. Why? I'm going to trade in the prop firm. Yes, I'm sick of losing my own money. I'm going to go over there. They're suckers, those prop firms. I'm going to make it look like I know how to trade, and they're going to give me money, and I'm going to trade the futures. Yes. Well, they're going to weed you out in about 3 days. Because one, you're not going to be able to graduate to get the money that you want from the prop firm, so that's not going to happen. A small percentage of you will graduate, okay? But then now futures has that thing called instantly funded. Go read the fine print at the bottom of that instantly funded. How many of you got caught in that? So this is the life of a trader. Options, penny stocks, and the scanners. Don't forget those scanners. And futures. And then your trading career is over. And all you had to do was learn from somebody on how to trade. What do you look for in somebody that's going to teach you? How is the entire group doing in that community? Entire group. Are they learning? VIPers in Voss Trading Education. Are you all learning in there? Are you all having success in there? Yes or no? Shelly Stringer with the rose. Shelly Stringer with the heart me. Grizzly, yes. Neck with the roses. Thank you so much. Let's hammer that last goal on the roses, everybody. There's your answer. See all the yeses? Yes, it is. So that is that, everybody. King Caesar, thank you for the roses. Let's finish those roses off, my beautiful traders. Look at all those people in YouTube. I love you over there. Make sure we hit the follow button over there on the tubes. All right, we're on every day. Now, let me ask you guys a question. Let's test it out. See if you guys are listening. What state are we in right here? What state is this? Captain, call out. No, we have courses. So in our VIP, you're going to enter the VIP education community. You have 60 hours worth of live training videos that we do every Tuesday and Thursday night in the VIP only for an hour. Every Tuesday and Thursday, I train in the VIP for 1 hour in depth. We record a lot of those, okay? You're also going to have access to our courses. Videos. You're also going to upload your trades every day to us in the VIP, and we are going to review your trades for you and tell you what you did right and what you did wrong. Most of the time, we're going to tell you what you did wrong in the beginning because you're not going to do anything right. Neutral, correct. We are in a neutral state. So if we gap up here or here, are we going long to the upside, traders? Yes or no? Put it in the chat. Are we going long there, my beauties? No, correct the mundo. We are in a neutral state. Here's our whip zone. If we open here, are we taking that short to the downside? Yes or no? Yes, of course, we're taking that out of that position. And then you're going to learn about positions, okay? Right now, we're just showing you a little bit about state. There's more involved in state, okay, in the VIP, but you have to know the position that you're in. Yes, you're going short on that to the downside. Let's go over to PayPal. On PayPal, why did I take this trade? Whoop! Whoop! Why did I take that long? Does anybody know why I took that long to the upside? Yes or no? Why did we take that long to the upside? I had to take a lot of shares on this one because PayPal's only $70. Hello, Damian Gordon, my brother. How are you? Yes, it's the give back bar. What else is happening here? What else is happening here? Great price? No. Crossover? No. You're over the base. We are over the base, everybody, right here with violence. You see how we rejected into the base. That was my rejection. See that tail right there? Now when we take that high out, we are into the upside. We already rejected off that base. This is called the give back play. You will learn all of that in the VIP. How come I got out up here? How come I didn't go to the moon? Why did I get out there? Anybody know? Why did I get out there? Because we were running into the hourly 200, you silly gooses. Remember, support and resistance on the list that we just went over. We do not trade into the granddaddy of them all. Right when we got here, I was out. And look at the rejection. Whammo! Folks, you must learn how to trade properly. You must trade. How many of you trade on one time frame here? How many of you trade on one time frame? You have one chart up. The 1 minute. Oh boy. This is Trading View, Jung. This is Trading View. JL Haba with the rose. You just trade on the 2 minute, cool spirit. That's why you're losing. You must trade on multiple time frames at the same time. Your chart and your monitor must look like this with multiple time frames. You will learn all about these time frames in the VIP. If you are just trading on the 2 minute chart, you stand as much chance. So let me put it to you this way. A 1-year-old baby has a better chance of wiping their own butt successfully than anyone who just trades on 1 2 minute chart. Do we got that? A 1-year-old baby has a better chance of wiping their butt successfully and cleaning it than you do on 1 2 minute chart. It's the truth. Oh, new game. Are we going to fix that for you? New game. How long have you been losing? How long have you been trading and how long have you been losing? We'll fix that for you. Levi Johnson with the roses. We got 200 left. Can we hammer the rest of those roses, my beauties? King Caesar, yes. Let me move this down a little bit. Man, just trading on the 2 minute. Oh, my God. Does anyone know what chart is the one? Does anyone know what chart day traders make their living on? Anybody? Anybody? Wizard, take the 30 off. Irrelevant. Take the 2 hour off. Irrelevant. Yes, the 5 minutes is the one. This is where you will make your living. Right here. You only been trading 2 months? How did I know that? Jared, how did I know that? See? I know what I'm talking about. You know why novice traders use the 1 minute and the 2 minute chart as their primary chart? Honestly, seriously, no joke. I'll use the 1 minute on reversal entries only. But do you know why they use the 1 and 2 minute? Because they think they're going to make more money. And you know why they think they're going to make more money? Because they think the more trades they take, the more money they're going to make. That's Novice 101. And we've all been through that right here. More money equals more trades. The more trades you take, the more you're going to lose. Let me repeat that. The more trades you take, the more trades you're going to lose. The 1 minute and 2 minute chart will give you more false breakouts than any other time frame in the market. Does everybody understand that? Okay? When you're on the 2 minute or the 1 minute, you don't stand a chance of staying in a trade for more than 30 seconds. How many trades are you looking for every day, everybody? How many trades are you looking for every day, everybody? Anybody know? If you're here for the first time, hit that follow button. We are on every day, but we won't be on tomorrow. We're on every day, Monday through Sunday. 1 to 3 trades a day. That is all you're looking for, okay? 1 to 3 trades. These trades you will be in for anywhere from 5 minutes to 20 minutes, okay? And you will be getting your 1-to-1s or your 2-to-1s. You will become a real trader, all right? Getting in, out, you're not a trader. You're a gambler. That's all that is, because you don't know what you're doing. So then to make yourself sound better, you call yourself a scalper. I've never met a scalper that made money, ever, ever. I've yet to find one, okay? At the end of every month, they are red. And then if you're doing the scalping thing, you're almost at the end of your trading journey. So just be prepared for that. 1 to 3 trades a day, everybody. That is all you're taking. 1 to 3. You got it, TECO. Victoria Duke with the roses. Facial blaster. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Hammer them roses. Thank you for the follows, my beautiful traders. Good job, Philip. Good job, C+. JJ, yes. Goggin rants. What is your risk to reward? Every trade is different. Every trade is different. If you have one set risk to reward on every trade you take, you have no clue what you're doing. Your risk to reward is dependent on the risk of that trade at that very moment. Adorable Dad with the rose. Yes. Thank you, adorable. What time frame do I use for my entries? That depends, official. It depends. Is it 9:30 a.m. or is it 10 a.m.? Depending on what time of day it is will determine what time frame I'm using on my trade, my execution. Bro just started this stream to blast me. Hey, Blue Maddie, is everything I'm saying resonating with you? I hope it is. That's the point of the stream, everybody. I want to resonate with all of you because I've been through it. I get it. And I want you to stop making those mistakes because it won't work. It won't work. I'm telling you right now, it won't work. Piling, Victoria, yes. Thank you, Victoria Duke. Appreciate you. Do I ever know where price will go, or is it wishful thinking? Nobody will know where price will go, and that's a good unbeatable. Here is the thing you have to know about trading. Nobody, once you get into a trade and you enter a trade, nobody knows what's going to happen. Nobody, okay? So why do I enter the trade? Based on high probability of that setup. I've traded it over and over and over again. All setups I trade have 70% or higher winning rates, okay? There's only thing unstoppable I control as a trader. There is only one thing as I control in the market. Do you know what that is? What is the one thing I control? My risk. Risk management is the only thing I control in the market. Once I get in a trade, I accept the risk of that trade. Okay? I accept if I lose, I am going to lose X, Y, and Z on that trade. That's the only thing. Nobody knows where it's going to go. But I do know, based off high probability setups, I have a good chance of winning that trade. Not making money on that trade, winning that trade. Okay? The money is just the afterthought. Yeah, if we all knew where price was going, we all would be rich. Let me get that crystal ball. When I get in a trade, okay, we're going up $90 per share. Yes. Shelly Stringer with the rose. JDM with the heartbeat. Only Dan with the rose. Yes. Piling. Victoria Duke. The Duke is loose. Andrew the Believer. Mr. Dave. Mighty Facial Blaster. Toad. Market Cap. Med Cherry Candy, Esther Rome, Neck, Levi, Sabella, Kemi, SS Fire, NMB, Med Cherry Grizzly, Shelly Stringer, Andrew the Believer, Adorable Dad, Aaron, yes. Let's see who else we got. Look at all these beautiful donators. Facial Blaster. Jules, yes. JDM, thank you, everyone. Mr. Dave over there, and thank you for all the gifts over there on YouTube. I really appreciate all those donations, okay? I really, really appreciate it, all right? Philip Tembley, keep moving your stop loss. No, you don't do that because you could keep moving your stop loss up. That's just gambling. That's just saying I really don't know what I'm doing and I'm in profit and I want to stay there. And most people who keep moving their stop loss up, they'll notice the stock keeps going higher. They get out because of the pullback and they're like, no, you're cutting yourself short. Risk to reward. You do not move your stop loss up. Risk to reward, period, end of story. You get in a trade. You have to earn the right to put your break even in. That's the only time you move your stop. El Rafid with the rose. Thank you. Thank you all so much. I love you all. We'll be back here Tuesday morning at 8:25 a.m. to get you ready with our whip zone levels, and we'll put our levels in place for you on everything, okay? So we will see you Tuesday. Have a great Labor Day. Study, VIP. And thank you, everybody. I hope you all have a fabulous, fabulous rest of your weekend.